Okay, well, first of all, let me tell you foods that do migrate. The perfect example would be, let's say, buffalo wings, which 25 years ago,
We're unique to Buffalo.
you had to go to Buffalo, New York.
But on the other hand, in Buffalo, they have beef on weck, which is every bit as popular as wings in Buffalo, New York. Weck means a Kemmelwick roll, Kemmelwick being caraway. Nobody's ever heard of it outside of Buffalo.
No. And some foods are just weird and disgusting, and they don't migrate out of their region.
River herring, which is absolutely nothing like the hors d'oeuvre herring they get in the little jars. It's an actual fish, and it's a very fishy fish. Doesn't taste the least bit like chicken. It really
And they
tastes like
serve
fish.
it cremated, which means burnt to crap. That you won't find anywhere. Ploys, which are these kind of weird.
Those are good. Those are like buckwheat pancakes from the
Right.
international boundary up in northernmost Maine, and they're kind of a side dish to any meal.
But I don't know anybody outside of that part of Maine who's ever heard of a ploy. Puddin', which is kind of like wet scrapple, which is,
Pennsylvania, you'll find a lot of pudding.
and Kentucky. What's that other weird breakfast meat they have?
Geta?
Geta.
Well, that's outside of Cincinnati, but that can be good. I mean, depending on what kind of pork you use, Geta can actually be quite elegant.
And what is it, 3 Mile Island cake?
No, it's not three. It's Smith Island
Smith
cake.
Island
It's
cake.
it's actually the state dessert of Maryland.
But who's ever heard of it? It's like 7-layer cake, but incredibly complicated, and you can only find it in maybe 3 restaurants. Stuffed ham.
Stuffed
In
ham,
Maryland.
unique to St. Mary's County, Maryland.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of exotics.
Well, that's what makes traveling so much fun, is that when we think we know everything about everything, and in fact, we're always running across
That's
dishes
true.
that we've never heard of.
And people, when they say, oh, I know a great Cajun restaurant in North Dakota. Okay,
Maybe.
good. Good for you. But I think I'd rather go to Louisiana. So a sense of place and eating food where it comes from in its cultural context, if I can talk Yaley, is really great. It brings the extra spice to it.